Breaking news that could significantly impact your retirement benefits. Just moments ago, one of the most anticipated pieces of legislation affecting Social Security recipients was signed into law. As someone who's been following Social Security reform for over 2 decades, I can tell you that this is truly a watershed moment that could mean thousands of additional dollars annually for millions of Americans, especially those of you affected by the windfall elimination provision and government pension offset. I know many of you have been anxiously waiting for updates on this legislation, and today's development is absolutely monumental. The changes we're about to discuss will affect how your benefits are calculated, potentially restoring benefits that were previously reduced or eliminated. What's particularly exciting is that these changes could impact not just future retirees, but also those of you who are currently receiving benefits. The implications of this new law are far reaching, and in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what this means for you, your spouse, and your family members. Before we dive into these crucial details that could affect your financial future, I want to ensure you don't miss any of our upcoming videos about implementing these changes in your specific situation. Please take a moment to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. This will ensure you're immediately informed when we release follow-up videos with step-by-step guidance on how to claim your restored benefits. Also, if you know anyone who might be affected by these changes, especially former government employees or their spouses, please share this video with them. It could make a significant difference in their retirement income. Now, let's get into the details of this groundbreaking legislation and what it means for you. As I mentioned, this historic legislation that was just signed into law represents the most significant reform to Social Security in decades. The Social Security Fairness Act, which has been debated and refined over several years, finally addresses one of the most controversial aspects of our retirement system: the unfair reduction of benefits for public servants and their spouses. This sweeping reform will fundamentally change how benefits are calculated for millions of Americans, particularly those who have dedicated their lives to public service. Let me share why this is such a monumental change. For years, dedicated public servants like teachers, firefighters, police officers, and other government employees have seen their Social Security benefits reduced, sometimes by hundreds of dollars each month, due to something called the Windfall Elimination Provision, WEP, and the Government Pension Offset, GPO. These provisions, which were originally implemented in the 1980s, have been a source of frustration and financial hardship for countless retirees. I recently spoke with Sarah, a retired teacher from Ohio, who told me she lost over $400 per month in Social Security benefits despite having worked summers and weekends in the private sector for many years. The new law completely restructures how these benefits are calculated. Instead of the previous one-size-fits-all reduction formula, the new system will look at your actual work history and contributions to determine your benefits. This means that if you worked in both the public and private sectors, your benefits will now more accurately reflect your total career contributions. It's a much fairer approach that recognizes the reality of modern careers where many people work in multiple sectors throughout their working lives. One of the most immediate impacts of this legislation is the restoration of spousal benefits. Under the old GPO rules, many surviving spouses of public servants saw their benefits reduced by two-thirds of their government pension. This often left them with little or no Social Security benefits, even though their spouse had paid into the system for years. The new law eliminates this reduction, which means thousands of surviving spouses will now receive their full Social Security benefits. This change alone could mean the difference between struggling to make ends meet and having financial security in retirement. The implementation of these changes will be phased in over the next several months, but some provisions take effect immediately. For current beneficiaries who have been affected by WEP or GPO, the Social Security Administration will automatically review your case and adjust your benefits accordingly. You don't need to file a new application or make a special request. The review will happen automatically. However, it's still important to keep an eye on your benefits and understand what changes you should expect. Another significant aspect of this reform is the retroactive payment provision. For those who have been receiving reduced benefits due to WEP or GPO, the law includes a provision for partial retroactive payments. While it won't cover all past reductions, it does provide some compensation for the benefits you've lost over the years. The exact amount will vary based on your individual situation, but for many people, this could mean a substantial one-time payment in addition to their increased monthly benefits. The new law also includes special provisions for those who are approaching retirement age. If you're planning to retire within the next few years, The timing of your retirement could affect how these new rules apply to you. The law includes transition rules that might make it advantageous to adjust your retirement timeline. This is particularly important for those of you who have been planning your retirement based on the old rules. You might want to reconsider your timing to maximize your benefits under the new system. For those of you who are already receiving Social Security benefits, you might be wondering how these changes will affect your current payments. The good news is that no one will see their benefits reduced as a result of this law. The changes can only increase your benefits. They won't decrease them. The Social Security Administration estimates that the average increase for affected beneficiaries will be between $150 and $400 per month, though some people might see even larger increases depending on their specific circumstances. An often overlooked aspect of this reform is its impact on divorced spouses. Under the old rules, divorced spouses of public servants often face severe restrictions on their ability to claim benefits based on their ex-spouse's work record. The new law significantly expands these rights, allowing many divorced spouses to claim benefits they were previously denied. This is particularly important for those who were married for many years, but divorced later in life. The legislation also includes important provisions for future generations. It creates a more transparent and predictable system for calculating benefits, which will help younger workers better plan for their retirement. The new formula takes into account the changing nature of work, where people are more likely to switch between public and private sector jobs throughout their careers. This forward-looking approach ensures that the system will remain fair and sustainable for years to come. One particularly innovative aspect of the new law is its treatment of part-time and seasonal work. Many public servants work additional jobs during summers or on weekends to supplement their income. Under the old system, these earnings often didn't contribute fairly to their Social Security benefits. The new law ensures that all work counts toward your benefits, regardless of whether it was full-time, part-time, or seasonal. This change recognizes the reality of how many people piece together their careers and income. The reform also addresses the issue of state and local government employees who have paid into Social Security for part of their careers. Previously, these workers often faced complicated rules about how their benefits would be calculated. The new law simplifies these rules and ensures that they receive fair treatment for all their years of work, whether in positions covered by Social Security or not. This is particularly relevant for people who have worked in multiple states or moved between different types of government jobs. Another important aspect of the legislation is its treatment of military service. Veterans who later worked in public service often face particularly complex rules about how their military service would affect their Social Security benefits. The new law clarifies and simplifies these rules, ensuring that our veterans receive the full benefits they've earned through both their military service and their civilian careers. The law also includes provisions for public safety officers who are forced to retire early due to injury or disability. These brave men and women often face severe penalties under the old system because they couldn't continue working until full retirement age. The new law provides special considerations for these situations, ensuring that those who put their lives on the line for public safety aren't penalized for career-ending injuries. One of the most forward-thinking aspects of the new law is its provision for regular review and adjustment of the benefit calculations. Unlike the old system, which remained static for decades despite changing economic conditions, the new law requires regular reviews to ensure the system remains fair and adequate. This means that future retirees can have more confidence that their benefits will keep pace with changing economic conditions. Looking ahead, this reform also includes provisions for improved communication and transparency from the Social Security Administration. Many people have complained about the difficulty of understanding their benefits and getting clear answers about how various rules affect them. The new law requires the Social Security Administration to provide clearer explanations and more detailed benefit statements, helping you better understand and plan for your retirement. The implementation of these changes will be supported by a significant investment in updating the Social Security Administration's technology and customer service capabilities. This means you should experience shorter wait times when calling for assistance, more user-friendly online services, and better access to information about your benefits. These improvements will make it easier for everyone to understand and access their benefits under the new system. As we wrap up our discussion of these momentous changes, it's important to remember that while this reform represents a major improvement in how Social Security treats public servants and their families, it's still crucial to stay informed about your benefits and plan carefully for retirement. The Social Security Administration will be releasing more detailed guidance in the coming weeks, and we'll be sure to cover any new developments in future videos. Remember to stay tuned to our channel for regular updates and practical advice on how to make the most of these new benefits. And finally, if you have specific questions about how these changes might affect your situation, I encourage you to write them in the comments below. We'll address the most common questions in our upcoming videos and provide more detailed explanations of specific aspects of the law that our viewers are most interested in understanding better. This is a complex topic, and we're all in this together as we navigate these important changes to our retirement system.